Hello, Silaholics and all of my elite creators. I am going to cross post this on both of my channels, both SILaholics Anonymous as well as Elite Prints and Creations. So depending on which channel you are watching from, I invite you to visit the other channel and subscribe and get the notification bell over there, as well as my SilaholicsAnonymous channel will focus more so on silhouette studio type tutorials, and Elite Prints and Creations is for like everything else. Because I get this question about this particular image from people who use Cricut Design Space to do their print and cuts and for other types of things, I'm going to cross post this particular video, but I'm going to do all of my customization in Silhouette Studio. The base file can be found on is it Megan Customs? I believe that's the name of it, on her website. But regardless of what, the link will be in the description box. In the description box, you're also going to find a link to my class that I have on how to really switch this image up, how to change the eyes, the nose, the lips, the hair, the earrings. And I'm going to have a full-on video on the switch up on this particular image, as well as some other things, how to change clothing color for images like the Divine Digital Diva dolls, images, or Feathers of Style images. Like, those images are great in their purchase state, but sometimes you just need them in different colors, or maybe you like the body style of one, but not but the head something else. So I'm going to show you in that class how to switch it up. So go to my shop. The direct link will be there. Just make sure that, when you get there, it's the one for the switch up class. All right. All right. So let's jump right into how to just do basic customizations on the It's Me Girl file. Right. So it comes like this. Me personally, and this is just a personal choice for me, I prefer it to be a little bit more elongated. It looked for my liking, it was a little bit squished, so I'm gonna just select it. I am gonna pull it down just a little and kind of stretch it out some. All right. Then we're going to ungroup. The way that this particular file comes, I also don't necessarily, like to layer this way. Now, for some people, it works fine, but I don't. When you pull this off, the background has all of the colored areas cut out for you to be able to piece them in there, and they will lay flat on your shirt, on your cup, or whatever you are doing. I personally don't care to do it that way. I am going to kind of pull this off to the side so I can have a duplicate. I like to release compound path. That's going to release everything within that. If I had the line colors on it, you would see all the little pieces, but they are off. I'm going to weld, and it's going to make it one. Oops, hold on. Let's go back, because there are a couple pieces that I want to keep, like right here, for the hair, as well as like here and here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my line colors back on so that I can see those. Let's ungroup this and then hold down Shift, click on that piece, and that piece, and everything else I'm going to weld. All right, and let's send that to the back. I want to hold down Shift, click on those little inner pieces again, right click and make it a compound path and send it to the back so that I can have those little cutouts. All right. So now my colored pieces will be directly on top of my base piece. I just like that because, especially if you're using heat transfer vinyl, you can get it to where there'll be gaps because of shrinkage of heat transfer vinyl. And then with adhesive vinyl, if you're off just a little bit, you're going to end up not being right in that pocket and have either some overlap areas or areas that's going to have gaps. So I prefer to have a solid background when I'm doing these. Now, there's so many different things that you can do with this. Now that you have it this way, you're able to go in, click on this, and change the eye color. You can change the lip color. To whatever you would like. Let's see. we go. And then when it comes to the clothing, you can change that as well. They are conveniently grouped together. Like this is the part of like the bottom of the shirt. So you can go in there and make this whatever color you would like. Same thing with the collar, not collar, the cuff and like the top part of her shirt. You can make that whatever color you want. If you want it to be an exact color, I do recommend using your HTML or like your hex codes, having a color chart printed out and inputting those color codes over here. So you go to Fill Tool, you go to Advanced, and you will put that color code in right here. That way you will ensure that it's going to be the right output when you print it out. So what I'm going to do is show you how I did these stripes and things like that on it. Oh, before I do that, we're going to go over even customizing the buttons. So we're going to click on here, and if I pull it off, you'll see that they're open. The black is coming in from the background. What we're going to do is we're going to release compound path, and let's add some line color back so we can see. We're going to right click and ungroup. And now that it's ungrouped, we're going to hold down Shift, click on the cuff and the top of the blouse, and that's going to deselect them. So now we have all of these elements left. I'm going to go ahead and make them white. Now, what we are missing is this one right here. We cannot fill that in because it's going to the edge, it's opened up, it's not closed off. But of course, we don't want that to look like that, so we're going to fix it as well. You can do a couple different things here. You can just take one of the elements that are there, and I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut. You hold down Alt, whether it's a Mac or a PC or like Windows, and I'm going to just move it over here and put it in place. We're going to then double click on this cuff, bring up our edit points. You're going to hold down Shift, click and drag over these back points, and then hit delete point, right? And then we're going to click on this one and let's make it flat. Now that it's flat, we're going to click on it. I'm going to hold down Alt and just click on it again. That's just going to make a duplicate right in front. Hold down Shift, click on the little stitch, then go over to Modify, and you're going to crop. It's going to change colors, but that's fine. Really easy fix is to go in there and just make it white. So that, and I'm even going to show you the other way. I think that's probably the simplest way to do it. The other way is like when you really, really get into the advanced editing things of Silhouette Studio. But I think that way really, really works fine. So we're going to leave it that way and not focus on the second way that I was going to show you. All right, now that we have all of those, you have all your stitching. They can all be the same color. You can click on your buttons. You can group those together if you want and make those a particular color. I'm just mixing colors in at this point. When it comes to her jewelry, you can make those different colors, or you can ungroup and make them colors individually. You have so many options with even with just the base file. You can change up everything within this file. If you're like me and you like for your images, like in the eyes, to kind of have that little twinkle and that highlight, we're going to go ahead and just make a circle right here. It doesn't even have to be a perfect circle. And we're going to fill that one with white and turn the line color off. And then you can put that wherever you want to kind of have that little twinkle in the eye. Okay. All right. Now we're going to make the stripes. For this, anything can be placed in here. It can be stripes. It can be different shapes. If you wanted butterflies, you can do this as a print and cut as well. You can take all of your pieces, and if you have the items in your patterns fill, you can go here and just fill it with a pattern. It doesn't matter which pattern it is. You can change up the sizing of it. Now, if you notice, The pattern on this one, this side is much smaller than here and then here. To make it where they are the exact same size, what you're going to want to do is right click and make it a compound path. Then let's go back in and just fill that, and you can see that everything will be the same size. You can use your scale to scale it up or bring it down to change how that pattern looks. If you have something that is glitter, you can add glitter to it to kind of give it that feel. No matter what patterns you have, the options are endless when it comes to patterns. You can even bring in one and you will crop it. I will show you how to do that one in the switch up, but it's very easy, very simple. You just bring in whatever image and you'll place it there, take these two, select them, and then crop. All right. So that's one way of, adding stripes or adding a pattern to it. I'm going to go back to a solid color. And then let's just go to the library. Well, you know what? No, let's use the flexi shapes. Or you can go to the library, you can trace something if you want to have like individual shapes all around it, like stars or hearts. Well, let's go with hearts. Valentine's Day is coming up, so let's rock with some hearts. I'm just going to find what kind of hearts I have in my library. I don't go here very often. So I'm just going to kind of go there for this and see what we have. I don't always know what's in here because I don't come here very often. A lot of these files are from when I first got my machine, and I would come and just download stuff from the design store. I like this one, and it has pretty much the same hearts, but I'm going to purposely open this one so that I can show you if you find an element that you like on something else, it is very easy to remove those elements. So here we're going to ungroup, and all of those elements are free. So I'm going to take this heart and put it here. And if I wanted the big one, just in case, let's pull that off. But everything else we can delete. I don't need that actual file. I just wanted the heart off of it. Okay, so maybe I do want to make this where they are together. So let's go like this. And it's easier to select things when you have it filled with color. So let's just make that white. And I'm going to go like that. Hold down Shift. And I'm going to group these together, make it a little bit smaller. And let's just go ahead and I'm just going to duplicate these in random spots so that I have some that are overlapping, some that are not. Okay. I'm going to click on all of them. It will make it a little bit easier if they're all grouped together or even made a compound path. In this instance, grouping and compound path will act the same way. So I'm just going to go ahead and make it a compound path, right? Let's go ahead and add the color back, although it will end up going away again. We're going to click on the parts of the shirt, right? We're going to hold down Alt and just click on it. That's going to bring it to the front. We're going to hold down Shift and click on one of the hearts. That's the only reason why I filled it with color, because it makes it easier to select it. If I did not have color, when I held down Shift and wanted to click on one of the hearts, I would have had to be right on the line and not making sure that I wasn't touching the skin here, or if it was open, I could be touching the black there. If you fill it with color, it just makes it a lot easier to select things. Then we're going to go over to modify and we're going to crop it. Right? I don't want this piece right here, so let's undo. I want to just hold down Shift and click there, and I'm going to click here and right there because I want to group everything else together. It's just going to make it a lot easier to change the colors where I don't have to go back in and click on everything. So we're going to click on the little pieces that I did not want there because they really don't fall in those areas. So we're just going to delete those, right? And now I can go in, I can make these a different color. I can now take this one if I wanted to. I can fill it with a pattern as well. Any element that is a path can be filled with a pattern. So I can make those a pattern. If I make it a compound path, the pattern will be the same in all of them. Let's scale it down like that. Well, I did say we're going to go with Valentine's Day, so let's make this something either red or pink. I don't like the way that looks. I'm not really a fan of that one either. Let's go with this red. And then here we can make this a version of pink. We can make it a different red, a different shade of red. You have so many options. We can just make it white. Same thing with this. So let's go ahead and make our cuss. Let's sample the color red that's here. So we're just going to sample one of those. And let's make our buttons white. And now let's go here. Let's maybe do this in white and these in white or red. Well, let's do all of the bangles and the earrings in the same color red. Let's undo. Not sure what it did while it sampled the brown instead of the red. There we go. All right, so that is one option. And now we're going to move those hearts out of the way. All right, show you how I did the stripes in the first one, in the thumbnail. So we're going to draw a rectangle. And I'm just going to put it right here. Then we're going to duplicate this. You can make your stripes as big or as wide or as narrow as you would like them. I'm going to hold down Control, and I'm going to go up, up, and up one more because of this little piece right here. Right, and now we will fill them in with whatever colors we want to have them filled in with. So I'm going to just do I'm going to use the greens that are here and kind of do, well, that's the wrong line of green. Kind of I guess you can say an ombre effect by utilizing the greens that are set up here. Right. And I'm going to click on this one. Excuse me. We're going to Alt click so that it goes to the front. And I'm going to focus mainly on this piece right here. It's going to crop to the rest of it, but I'm not necessarily like worried about the other ones because we're going to do those as well. Oh, wait, before I do that, I do want to keep these in the same, like I want it to be consistent as far as the width of the lines. I don't want to have to recreate them. So I'm going to click on all of these and just bring them down so that I'll have them. And then we're going to click on them. Click on every other one. So here, hold down Shift, click here. Let's click on here, and then we're going to modify and crop. Okay, and I'm going to have to fill in the colors. So let's sample back here, and then hold down Shift, click, click, and sample the second one. And then let's go back in and delete this piece. Right? Click here, hold down Alt, click on top again, select here and here, crop. Let's sample. Which one is this one? Let's sample here. And then let's sample here. Oh, is that the wrong one? Probably. So we can always go back in and fix the colors on that. There are technical reasons why we don't, but I don't want this video to get longer than it already is. So I'm not going to really go through and why I just didn't do all of them. If you want to, you can go and test it and fill in all, select all of them and do the cropping on it, and you will see how that affects the lines when you do the cropping on all of them all at once. All right, so I wanted to show you just like that one side. Now for these, I'm going to technically do them together because they won't be overlapping. So we're going to go here and I'm going to put this here. And we're going to, let's just duplicate this down. So control and then the down arrow. And then one more time. I'm going to take this set and move it over some so I can get to the edge of that part of the shirt. Same thing with this one. Let's move it over. And I personally don't like for them to line up. I mean, you have to think about it, like it's her arm. It won't necessarily line up. So that's just a visual thing for me. Some people would probably just go and just make all the stripes, go across and they're the same and just crop them all out at the same time. So I am going to, I wish I would have grouped these together first, but I didn't. So let's click on all of them. And let's just offset it just a little bit. All right. And then on this side, I mean, her shoulder is up a little bit, so it won't necessarily be right in line with this one. We're going to hold down Alt, drag it over, position this one. And again, we're just going to offset it just a little bit. Let's group that. And I forgot to group this side again. Well, I don't need to group this one. I just wanted to send it to the back as one so that I can take this. I'm going to copy because I can't just click on it and hit Alt because it will be hidden. I'm going to copy it. Let's bring this back to the front. And then I'm going to choose to paste in front. All right. So now I have those. So every time that I need to do it, I can just paste in front because I won't be able to actually click on it. Right. Now let's go in and do every other one, or you can do, like, if you want to keep all the colors consistent, you can do, let's say, like in this case, we're going to go here, hold down Shift, here, here, because those are all the same colors. With this one, we will need here. We will need here. Oops, let's ungroup. All right, so let's go here, 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 and here. Click on this and crop. And I forgot to keep my sample base. Let's just, well, at least I know with this one, it was really easy to do as far as colors. Okay, and then right click, paste in front. And we're going to go here, here. I don't need this one. It doesn't go that far. Don't need this one. We need here and here. And we're going to crop. And luckily I have that one to still sample. And I'll go through and delete the parts that I need to afterwards. So let's right click, paste in front. Here, 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 here. Crop. And fill in. And then right click again, paste in front, click, 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 and crop. And fill that in. So now I'm going to go through and delete all of the little pieces that I did not need. Oops, wrong one. This one did not crop as well as I wanted it to, and this one cropped off a little bit. I guess it was off to the side, or this one was in the way, so it cropped, but that's fine. We're going to right click, let's paste in front. I'm going to hold down Shift, click here, and so I'm just cleaning up. So I'm going to crop that one. Well, let's crop. Let's crop here first. I have it, and see what happens when you have both selected. I did not deselect the other one. So let's deselect that one. and crop and sample. I think that's that color. And then this one, I can either crop it again, or at this point, because I got rid of the bottom part, I'm going to double click. Well, nope, it looks like it's doing all of it. I can still use my edit points because I don't need any of this. So we're just going to delete point there, click here, delete point, delete point, delete point, and we should be good. Well, let's undo that last delete point. I needed that one. All right. And same thing with over here. Oh, I deleted the piece at the top. Let's paste in front, click here and here, and crop. Let's see, why are you going? Oh, let's extend this one. Bring it, is it behind? Let's bring it to the front. Oh, that's not the piece I want. Oh, but this one, let's just take these points and delete them. That would be the easier way to do it. And then right click, paste in front, click here, and crop. And then this piece wasn't done, so you would have to put a square there, but I just missed that one, or I made a mistake and deleted it when I was deleting stuff, so of course you just don't want to delete that. I'm going to just fill this in with one of these colors randomly. Select it all and remove the line color so you can kind of see how it will give it that, different faded effect. You can have these to where they were red and white if you want to just be alternating colors. So let's go here. It's a little bit easier to see when you do have the lines on, but we're going to go like that. That one, this one, this one, and this one. Here, 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 and here. Gotta make those red. So it just alternates, and then let's make these white. This is also white. And then this would have been red. Right? So couple different ways, like I said, that you can choose to customize this. It also just depends on the look that you are going for. All right. Hopefully that helps. Again, if you would like to take my class on how to switch this up, meaning the hair, the eye color, the nose, the lips, really get into customizing even the shirt that's on her, click the link in the description box and purchase the switch up class. Depending on when you purchase it, there will be some pre-recorded videos that's going to be there for you to kind of go over the basics. And then you might be able to catch one of the live classes as well. They will be scheduled periodically to where it'll be the live class where you can go ask questions and things like that. And then you will have access of the live session that you partook in. All right, guys, if you have any questions, again, post it in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video if you found the information helpful. I would appreciate it if you would smash that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you are notified whenever I release new content. If you aren't a member of my Facebook group, SILaholics Anonymous, Silhouette Help, the link for that is in the description box. Also, you'll find in the description box the link to join or to become a premium subscription member to either It's a SILaholics thing over on Facebook, as well as some exclusive content on my website, and also Silaholics Anonymous, which will both go into like a lot of detail on sublimation. And It's a SILaholics thing goes into a lot of detail, a lot of custom exclusive videos and classes when it comes to Silhouette Studio and using the various Silhouette machines. All right, guys, until next time, have a great one.